Hello everyone, and welcome to another Chalice Chat. This is the special emergency re-recording edition. This happened to me once when I was recording, I think, the last series of Chalice Chats as well, or at least something like it happened. I was going through, recording an episode, defeated a boss, and in the end, it turned out the sound glitched out, so I couldn't use it. I had to go back, I had to go back then, and I have to go back now, and kind of redo everything. There is a little bit of an added bonus, though, because now I know this is the final layer, for sure. Also, check out who the boss is. I probably could have timed that better with the doors. Check out who the boss is! Ta-da! It's Amygdala! And the reason I make a big deal out of that is because I was talking earlier in the, in the episode on the Watchdog of the Old Lords, about how I liked the kind of theming and storytelling to the bosses in this dungeon, that I found them very appropriate to the defiled nature of what was happening and this place. And sure enough, after we have Major Great One Guardian 1 and Major Great One Guardian 2 in the form of the Watch Person and the Watchdog of the Old Lords, we have an Old Lord! It's Amygdala! It's a great one! Check it out! I think I was doing some brief research into this because at the time, when I recorded this episode the first time, I was speculating as to what extent Amygdala was considered a great one, because I know that that is a subject of some debate among lore enthusiasts, and I wanted to kind of double check that I had that correct. And it turns out, I think there's probably still some debate to be had, but it turns out there's an item, I think it's in the DLC, where Amygdala is explicitly referred to as a great one. I know, for example, it's also referred to as a great one in the trophy description for if you defeat it, but I think there's a contingent of people out there who kind of don't see the trophy descriptions as officially useful for determining Great One status, as opposed to information you can come across in the game itself. I think I personally would be more inclined to, just take a very broad definition of Great Ones, just because, ow, this is what I get for talking and basically ignoring the boss fight. Just because, ooh, I got lucky on that one. What was I saying? I personally am kind of okay with ignoring or being relatively loose about what I consider a great one, just because, literally the Japanese characters, I roll right into that. I've died that way a lot of times, and it still got me. Just, it was a delayed reaction. I'll finish my thought after the cut. Alright, I was saying I am inclined to consider a fairly wide spectrum of great ones, just because the literal Japanese is, I think, higher rank one. I've translated that a bunch of times. I've tried to be relatively consistent about that. And the thing is, it's just this is greater than human, right? If it's a thing and it's greater than human, we can't really understand it. It's a great one, right? It's a higher rank one. Is the idea. So I'm kind of partial to that interpretation myself, but your mileage may vary. Different theories jive better with different people for different reasons. So there you go. All right. So anyway, I was saying it's really cool that we have a great one. This place has invoked the wrath of the great ones, and you can see that storytelling just in the boss theme of this dungeon, because you have, like I was saying before, two of their greatest guardians, the Watchdog of the Old Lords and the Keeper of the Old Lords. And then finally, you have, at the end of the dungeon here, the a Great One themselves. And you can just see that this is a place that truly has deserved the wrath of the gods, that they seem to have really invested in making a barrier to exploration, which is pretty fitting considering I think the next Chalice down is the final Tumuru Chalice. It's as far as you can go. So, all right, I think that's that point. There was another point I wanted to make about specifically the keepers' names. Well, not names. There's only really one name. But there's one specific point about the translation of the defenders as keepers for the Keeper of the Old Lords that I really liked, because I had forgotten about this. I was doing editing for another episode of the Chalice Chats. I think it was, again, the one where I fought the Watchdog, and what I discovered was first of all, that item description gave me the confirmation that I'd forgotten about, that the Old Lords of the Chalice Dungeons are indeed the Great Ones, as these are their tombs. And it also let me know that the Keepers are also kind of caretakers for the Old Lords. So they're not just defenders. They're also like looking after the Great Ones in their tombs. So, I thought it was going to jump. It didn't. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by this fight and not making my point well. But I liked, there are so many different defenders in the Chalice dungeons. This is a really pretty basic point. But there are so many different, like, basic defenders in the Chalice dungeons. As I was going through before, you have the Watchdog of the Old Lords, you have the Watchers, who are, like, literally defenders, and then you have the Keeper of the Old Lords. And the reason I like Keeper is because they're also caretakers, and Keeper can be, like, Keeper can have that defensive meaning, and it can also have the meaning of a caretaker. You know, like you would keep something that you treasure with care. So I really like that sort of double meaning in the translation. There is a little bit of a trade-off. There's often a bit of a trade-off when it comes to translation choices, because when you go with a different term for the Keeper of the Old Lords as opposed to the Watchdog of the Old Lords, you miss, like, in the Japanese, I think I made this point as well in the Watchdog episode. It's literally, there's only one kanji that's different. You have the Watch Person of the Old Lords, and you have the Watchdog of the Old Lords. And, way to miss me. And they're really, really close. So if you call the Keeper of the Old Lords a keeper, right? If you use a different term, you end up differentiating them a bit more than the Japanese does. I need to use my blood bullets for something so I can refill them. So there is a bit of a trade-off in that you kind of lose some of the similarity. Now, they're still both of the Old Lords, right? You're still got a huge amount of that naming that is shared between the various concepts of, like, Defender of the Old Lords. And it's fun to have a quick go-to, like, oh, this is the Keeper, that's the Watchdog, you know? So I personally don't mind that little bit of differentiation, but I can see how other people might prefer another solution that keeps them more similar. So I think that's the point I wanted to make on that. And then, of course, there's also the point just of the boss name. I've talked about this before in Translation Born itself. Okay, made it. Good. But this boss name is Amygdala. So you have, down on the bottom left there, you have the first character is A, second one is Me, third one is N, fourth one is Do. Then you have a line, which symbolizes that you're supposed to hold out that last vowel sound for an extra beat. And then you have Z, Amygdala. And that's all phonetic. It's not like, sometimes when it's kanji, I can give you, like, meanings that are associated with the particular characters that are being used on screen. In this case, that's not what's happening. We have a phonetic script. There are two phonetic scripts in Japanese. There are katakana and hiragana. Hiragana these days tends to be used more for Japanese terms, whereas katakana is used for foreign loanwords. So this is kind of your clue that amendozu is a foreign loanword. I believe, if I remember my previous research correctly, it comes from Portuguese, amendoado, or something like that. And that means almonds, or almond shapes. And this is kind of the point that I've discussed somewhat ad nauseum in Translation Born. But you have the almond shape of this thing's head. You have the almond shape of the tonsil stone. Also, tonsils at one point were referred to as amygdales, which means tonsil stones, which are an actual thing, were once referred to as amygdala liths, literally meaning almond-shaped stone, because you have amygdala for the almond, and then you have lith for rock or stone. And then you also have the amygdala, the brain region, which, of course, is so named because of the almond shapes. And that brain region is responsible for managing fear and aggression, especially in regards to memory. Again, if I recall my past research correctly. So you got a lot of connections to almond shapes happening in this game, and all of which make some degree of sense. Now, I thought I had fired off some ghosts from my executioner's gloves there, but I hadn't. So there you go. All right, I think that about covers the lore points that I wanted to make or remake. That's the line. Oh, that was. Oops, didn't have any blood bullets. Oh well. So in terms of like battle strategy, I have had the opportunity, because like I said, this is a re-recorded episode, I've had the opportunity to fight this boss a few times before, and it is, so I've had the opportunity to put together something of a strategy already. You'll notice that when I'm running around here, I'm not locked on. I kind of only lock on when needed to, because this is a large boss, and in accordance with a comment that I got way back in the day, I think actually back in the first run of, no, maybe not the first run, second run of Chalice Chats? A long time ago. I got a comment that for the really big bosses, it's better if you don't lock on. And after I died to Amygdala here quite a few times, I kind of remembered, oh yeah, it's probably helpful if I don't lock on. And indeed, it definitely helps me better keep track of what it's doing and where I need to move and that sort of thing. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. Made it! That was close. Okay. Another thing that I have determined is that these things here... Ah! Do it? Yep. Yeah, the second burst killed me. I'll finish my strategic thoughts soon. So, I said I would finish my amygdalan thoughts, or strategy thoughts soon. Boy, I can think and play and talk. These aren't difficult things to do at the same time. I feel like every time I start the Chalice Chats, I have some degree of mentioning of this difficulty. But to actually finish my thoughts on strategy, one of the other things I determined was, as far as hunter tools are concerned, the Executioner's gloves here are kind of the way to go. And the reason for that is, let me switch to a Call Beyond. And here we go. So that did about 1080. And now, as I go back to the Executioner's gloves, gonna charge up here. And we're gonna blast you with the Executioner's gloves. Maybe? Nope. No, we're not. That's the downside to the Executioner's gloves. But they are homing, which is nice. Okay, one of these days I would like to actually hit with the Executioner's gloves so that I can make my point. I shouldn't be locked on. I mean, I need to be locked on for the Executioner's gloves to home. All right, there we are. 894. So that's about 900 damage. And if you remember, the Call Beyond did about 1080. Now, that was a less than ideal Call Beyond. If I was better at timing the usage of that particular hunter tool, I would be able to do better. Actually, I shouldn't switch to that while I am... there we go. I shouldn't switch to that in that situation. Well, I don't have the blood bullets. Nope. All right, come on. Come on, cycle. All right, and then blood bullets. And heal. All right, now we want to actually be locked onto the head and not the body. Okay, actually, I don't want to be locked onto anything at all. I want to create a situation where I can hopefully get a better comparison. One way or another, it's probably not going to be 1080 again. Uh-oh. I'm going to dodge into it again. Yep, all right. Well, to be continued again. Unsurprisingly, the final boss of the Defiled Chalice is difficult. Oh, baby. All right, well, I'm gonna get back in here and hopefully actually make my point about a Call Beyond this time, which is that its damage is variant, and you can get in blasts with it where it does a lot of damage, and you can get in other blasts with it where it does not do anywhere near as much damage. So there we are. Ooh, that was pretty good, just with the Tonitrus. All right, so I need to make blood bullets. Now, the ideal way to do that is to wait till I take some damage, and I need to make blood bullets to get a bit of health back. But just to make this point, I'm going to make some blood bullets kind of regardless. And maybe this timing will be better. Yeah, so better, but not perfect. Just under 1,500. So here's the thing. I was able to do about 2,400 max with the Call Beyond when I really timed it when it was kind of in the middle of an attack and therefore was vulnerable because of the motion of the strike. And when you do the math, you get, let's see, here we go. This is a good opportunity to, oops, targeted the wrong thing. Want to actually compare apples to apples, which means I need to target the head. Give me some more blood bullets. And dodge to the right. Uh-oh. I thought I'd be safe. I was not. Well, the next time no, I'm not again. Well, that worked out, but could have been better. Okay, I like this. Ooh, yes! Got super lucky that strike actually hit the head. All right. Locked onto the head. Fired the Executioner's Gloves. Please hit. Thank you. Ooh, that one actually did 1071. But anyway, the normal damage that I kind of expect from the Executioner's Gloves is around 900. It's like just under. It's like 896 or something like that. So if you think of it as 900 damage for 3 bullets, which is what it takes to use the Executioner's Gloves, oops, this is terrible. I'm going to die. Yep. Oh well. It's just math now, so I'll finish this point quickly. The Executioner's Gloves, if you take their damage to be around 900 for 3 bullets, that means you're doing about 300 damage per bullet. The Call Beyond, if you are somewhat optimistic and take them to be doing around 2,100 damage, if they're well-timed, then and they cost 7 bullets, you wind up with about 300 damage per bullet. Which means they do about the same amount of damage, and the Executioner's Gloves, probably shouldn't be locked on, and the Executioner's Gloves are cheaper because it's 3 instead of 7, and therefore they're a little bit easier to manage with blood bullets, because when you use blood bullets, you kind of get 1 free casting, because the blood bullets make 5. And so the first time you use them, you use only blood bullets, as opposed to a Call Beyond, which uses 2 regular bullets, even when you have a full stack of blood bullets. So the bullets end up going a little bit farther, I think. I haven't really mathed that one out. But I think they end up going a little bit farther. And the fact that the Executioner's Gloves actually home makes them a little bit more reliable. A Call Beyond, if you're doing great, you can get 2,500 damage out of it. But most of the time it's going to be less than that. Most of the time it's going to be closer to 1,000. And there are occasions, like you saw I had issues with the lock-on earlier. There are occasions where I'm not locked on at quite the right time, and I do like 26 damage to Amygdala when I charge the attack. and or at least there were in my like initial attempts, and that is absolutely not the sort of thing that you want to be doing. So I figured, the thing to do is just stick with the executioner's gloves. So this is essentially my strategy is, run around, try and target the head when I can, take the arms if I need to, frequently miss. That is not a rare occurrence. And when I'm making blood bullets, I might as well get some uses of the executioner's gloves. And that was a terrible time to make blood bullets because I also got hit. The downside of every hunter tool is you have to... it requires a good bit of setup. I like to make blood bullets first, which exposes me to danger. And every time you cast them, it takes a certain amount of time to cast, locking you in place. And those are great opportunities to get hit by an attack from the boss. So, anyway, I think that's kind of all the non-stream of consciousness sort of sets of points that I wanted to make, which means I can just go back to kind of speaking my thoughts as I play. I think I will make this my last voiced attempt at beating the boss. The last time I definitely needed a montage. This boss took me about an hour after I went to montage mode last time. So I don't know how long it'll take me this time, but ideally it would go a little bit faster because I've gotten some experience from beating it already, but that is not any kind of actual guarantee. Got lucky I clipped the arm there. So who knows? We'll just see. And maybe this will be the run. Maybe I won't actually have to go to montage mode. That would be nice, especially because we're at a pretty good episode length. I wish that second swing had connected with the head again. That would have been good for a little bit of extra damage. Doesn't help that this boss can absolutely chew through my health, like, real fast. I had a few runs where I got quite far, reduced this boss's health by quite a bit, and ended up losing with a full set of bullets and vials because it just did so much damage so quickly. So always a chance of that happening again. Ooh, that was a good... Managed to roll pretty well on that one. I never am able to get more than 2, and I am frequently only able to get 1 when I go for that. When I go for its head. And slam. And we're gonna hit the arm because it's close. In general, obviously you've seen this kill me, but in general I find that rolling forward into the left when it does that zigzag laser is the way to go. Okay. That's a good opportunity. That that mucus or whatever is a great opportunity to fire the executioner's gloves. Yeah, when I'm positioned in where I normally am, rolling forward into the left is a good strategy for that snaking laser attack. Okay, what's next? Okay, big slam. That means I can hit the arm. Once is better than never. Part of me wants to just make some blood bullets, irrespective of the fact that I haven't taken any damage. But, I don't know, another part of me realizes that that's risky and doesn't really want to take that level of risk. I missed. We're going to get a series of grabs. Another series of grabs. Just going back and forth, missing one another as we swing wildly. A true battle for the ages. What's this? Oh, it's the mucus attack. Misses me a bunch of times. Oh, slam attack. It's a good opportunity to hit the arm. Ooh, I think I got 2 hits in there. That's nice. Lucky I finished my charge animation in time to roll out of the way of that. Forward and to the left is perfectly safe for that attack. I wonder if I can, in rolling forward and to the left, hit its low-hanging arm. Kind of like that. I think I got lucky that strike didn't manage to connect. And the slam. I'm going to go for the head this time. Be a little bit greedy. Yep. Well, I got 1 hit. As I've been saying, that's kind of the way to go. Alright, I'm getting impatient. This is potentially foolish, but I managed to survive the charge up. So let's switch to some executioner's gloves. For all the good it did me. Well, I guess I have another charge of them. Can use them again. They did some damage that time. Again, close to 900. That's kind of what I expect out of them. That's pretty good. Oh, and we're on to another phase. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I shouldn't be locked on. Roll out of the way. Try to run in. Get the head. Yes. Good. Okay. I don't think I'm going to make it. I didn't. I probably had the time to do it. That's the problem with locking on. I probably had the time to make it. I just didn't have the right spacing. Okay. I'm just going to whack you in the arm. Well, I'm going to try to whack you in the arm. Instead, I'm just going to completely whiff. Another possibility. Oh, I got it. Ah, oh, it's a one-hit kill with the burst. All right, well, I'm going to go into montage mode. I will see you after I have defeated the boss. Whew. Whatever. I'll take it. Gotcha that time. Thanks. Oh boy. Nice. Just missed. Should have used the bullets or the tool. Uh-oh. I don't know where I am. Figured it out. Ooh. All right. I have tested the visceral. It does better than a regular attack. No, I'm gonna miss. Ooh, gotta jump. That was a lot of damage. Uh-oh. I had no idea how to deal with that laser pattern. But it worked. Also, that was very close. Yeah, it didn't work. Ooh, I got very lucky with that. Uh-oh, this is the tantrum. Okay, I survived. Tantrum? No. Alright, well, whatever. I'll get bullets. Uh-oh. That explosion did a lot more damage than I thought it would. It looks so piddly. Nope. Got the jump. Oh, and it hit me. Of course it hit me. I'm so used to dodging it. Running low on bullets. Or not bullets, vials. I think it's time to just unload my bullets. It's the tantrum. Alright. I'm probably too far away for that one. Get lucky. Got lucky. Not doing it. Not doing a thing. I'm healing up. I'm dodging to the right. And... Alright. I don't think that's going to kill it. Nope, I need one more. Uh-oh. Okay, that worked. I don't think you're going to hit me. I think you're going to die. Yeah! All right. And there we have it. The defiled chalice is complete. We now have access to the Tumuru Great Chalice. And Amygdala is down. All right. I said the same thing twice, but I don't even care. That was faster than last time, although still needed to cut ahead a little bit. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the new re-recorded episode. Sorry I lost the first one, but you know, sometimes recording mishaps happen. I'm just glad I was able to have the foresight to have the backup so I could go back and re-record. Hopefully the sound is not glitched this time. That would be terrible. Anyway, next time I am going to be fighting my way through another chalice. I don't think we're going to keep going through Tumuru. I think we're going to switch gears a little bit. I think next up we're going to Ys, so I hope you will join me for that. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone.